functions and royal, I guess, all of the pomp and ceremony that goes with a royal visit. This was very much a working tour of duty for Harry, and maybe that's why we haven't seen the cameras around. We haven't seen those official functions, and that's why we see him in uniform today as opposed to a suit.
And there he is, shaking hands with
Premier
Mcrae, yes. And official photographs from the many waiting media there. It is quite impressive. He's got his sleeves rolled up, and he has been here as a military man during his month's secondment. He's been working. He's had a bit of time for play as well, as we know, visiting the restaurants in Sydney and when he's been in the West and in the Northern Territory. But he is very much wrapping up his month-long working visit here to Australia and really marking the end of his military career, because we know, Davina, that at the end of this, not too soon, not too far away, he will be officially retiring from his military duty as well.
And it's a big deal, Deb, for any member of the military to retire, because you hear the stories from anyone who's lived the army life, the military life. It's not just a career, it is a family. And for Captain Wales, he's not just working alongside colleagues, he's working along men and women who protect him and he protects them. And I guess the title of Captain Wales carries with it an extra degree of risk and responsibility. So the men and women he's served alongside for the last 10 years, they are like brothers and sisters. And that uniform he's wearing today, it's not just a uniform, it's a second skin for him. And it's touching today to see him wearing that as opposed to a suit for an official service, an official public function that we're seeing. We know that he wanted to spend time with the Australian military before his retirement. It was significant for him to get an understanding of the role and the responsibility of the Australian military in the Asia-Pacific area and also in the Commonwealth. As part of his first few moments of when he stepped foot on Australian soil, he was to deliver a letter to the Defence Department here in Australia that was signed by the Queen that conveyed the importance of the relationship that Britain and Australia share in the Commonwealth in terms of our defence responsibilities that go right back from the very get-go of Anzac Day. And Harry has lived out the dream of, hopefully you can hear that, Deb, that's the year 2, 3 and 4 students of St Mary's South near Penrith getting to say hello to Prince Harry, to officially welcome him here.
It's interesting, Davina, we can see a shot there of an Australian flag on the shoulder of Prince Harry's uniform. Interesting that he might be wearing an Australian uniform there rather than the British one.
Yeah, and that would be, it's definitely a British military uniform that he's wearing at the moment, but an Australian patch. And you know, whenever soldiers travel around the world, they share sentiments from each other's uniforms and as part of their uniforms and their military life. So no doubt that probably is a gift or something that maybe one of our soldiers here in Australia has shared with Harry, and something for him to take home. And I'm sure it's just one of a host of gifts he's been given as part of the trip here. We were told as well that he was given a Lee Kernaghan CD when he first arrived in Canberra at the War Memorial, Anzac Day songs and sentimental tunes. So hopefully that's just one of a host of gifts, I'm sure, that's been swapped and exchanged between military personnel here in Australia that's going home with Prince Harry.
I wonder if we can